This is our project on differentiating the color coatings of sweets with the use of paper chromatography by Group 1 from One Enterprise. This project is to determine the dyes that make up the color of the coatings on M&M candies and Skittle candies. Paper chromatography is the process of separating colored chemicals or substances from an object or a solid. The materials needed for this experiment are chromatography paper, sticks, bottles, M&M candies, Skittles candies, small containers for extracting the colors, and stationery. A line was drawn on the chromatography paper that was 2 cm above the end of the paper. This line indicates the place in which the colors would go. A few drops of water were added into a small container and the candy was placed in it. After shaking the container until the water of the candy was the same color as the candy before, sticks were used to transfer a few drops of the colored water onto the chromatography paper. A small amount of water was poured into the bottle, just enough to cover the bottom of the bottle. The chromatography paper was then placed into the bottle such that the bottom of the strip of paper would just touch the surface of the water. The strip of paper was left for 15 minutes. At the 15-minute mark, the strip of paper was taken out and left to dry. This procedure was carried out 4 times, 2 for M&Ms and 2 for Skittles candies. The following is a table of the color of the coating of M&M candies and Skittle candies that were chosen, along with the dyes that make up the color of the coating. Group 1 checked on the experiment every 5 minutes. We noticed that both the red M&Ms and Skittles had the same shade of pink. However, the red M&Ms had a light pink dye, while the red Skittles had a faded pink dye. We also discovered that the dyes for both of the types of green candies were mixed. Green M&Ms had both blue and yellow dyes, and the same applies to the green Skittles, which also had both blue and yellow dyes. We observed that the green M&Ms used more of the blue dye, while the green Skittles used more of the yellow dye. The components of all the candy dyes have a stronger attraction to the solvent, which in this case is the water. We concluded that there is only a single compound used for the red M&Ms and Skittles, but in different amounts. Both the M&Ms and Skittles use the same dye of blue and yellow compounds for the green candies, but also in different amounts. The substance that make up each of the color coatings are the same. Our research questions are sufficiently answered. Group 1 could improve by having the proper equipment for the experiment and by thoroughly researching and fully grasping the techniques used. These are our references. Thank you for your kind attention.